On again.
What's up, guys? It's Santino. I'm just rebranding the YouTube channel from pranks I used to film to all around Florida fishing and firearms and just having fun with my life. Not necessarily doing pranks anymore, but more just commentary and fishing videos, which I'm super passionate about. So let's get straight into it. I know you guys seen the intro and see where I'm fishing currently. I'm just throwing right underneath these mangroves because the water was super hot today. So I'm just throwing it up along these mangrove trees where the shadows are. Hopefully gonna hit a snook or some reds, whatever is interested in the 5-inch NLBN. Using a St. Croix 7'6" medium power with a 2500 size reel, 15-pound braid. I have a leader on there and some wire leader just in case a snook does decide to hit it. It's going to be perfectly fine and it's not going to stray my leader at all. I'm on a Pelican Sport Kayak, I believe that's what it's called, or catch mode 1110 or 110. Got a trolling motor attached to it, and as you can see I switched to a different spot right here. Just doing the exact same thing, throwing right up against these mangroves to hopefully smack onto something nice, but you know, it's a dime a dozen. You spend a lot of money on fishing equipment, fishing lures, and sometimes you don't catch any fish. I've tried to film this video about 10 times. Every time I go out it's a hit or miss, like maybe a few catfish, but never really any reds or snook. I think snook is out of season right now, so I can't harvest them, but I can still catch and release the snook, which I'm licensed to do so. But I'm really trying to target some redfish today. They're super yummy, super amazing to eat. So that's really what I was fishing for. Just doing a long cast and somewhat a faster release. It's a lure that kind of mimics a mullet. And this area I'm fishing in is heavily populated with mullet. And right under these trees I did hear a lot of splashing. And as you can see, that little rod in my hand, it's connected to my trolling motor, so I don't have to drop an anchor everywhere I fish. I can just maneuver up and down this bank. Try to move away sometimes so I'm not directly on top of the fish or scaring them, because when they're scared they're not going to hit. So I just try to stay at a somewhat of a distance. And now I'm at a different spot. As you can tell, I did cast without recording once. Now I'm just loading up a nice little shrimp real quick. I always bite the tail and load it up from the back, if you guys can see. I'm just trying to get this excess shrimp off because I don't need it anymore, and it's going to mess up the maneuverability of the live shrimp. I always order selects from the bait shop I go to, so sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller. Small shrimp doesn't really mean anything. It's just what the fish are biting on. Pretty solid cast. That was about a couple yards. And we are on. It got me rocked up a little bit and then it started running.
Santino with a nice,
because my phone had died.
probably a red,
so
or could be a
guys
sheepshead. We'll see.
Shout out to my fishing buddy, aka my dad, for getting the video for me.
Oh.
If not, this video would not be possible. As you can see, that 7-foot rod is bending very heavily. I had my drag set perfectly, not too strong, not too loose.
Let's go.
And
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Bam. See if you can grab him by his gills. That's how I lost a giant snook. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let me see. Santino, baby, let's go.
What's the keep limit?
24, I think.
Oh, he's not.
Well, you got it goes up to 27, so that I don't know, we'd have to measure them. Let's see. It's a little too small, but hold them up. Yeah. There's more of them over there.
Mm-hmm.
Was that on a shrimp?
Yeah.
Good deal.
There you see I'm trying to get my camera up, but my phone died, unfortunately. This was on the GoPro and my camera. I threw the redfish back because I wanted it to grow a little bigger. I didn't want to harvest it because it was too small. I would have gotten like super tiny fillets out of it anyway. I didn't like where I positioned that first cast, so I just recasted it right out where I caught the first red. Just figured I'd let it sit out. Fishing's patience. It takes a lot of patience, and yeah, just having fun today. Low-key tanning a little bit, but really trying to rock into a fish. Had 2 pulls. I have a 7-foot medium heavy, and then I have my go-to 7.6 medium action. Had a little piece of cut bait on the bigger pole because it's hard to cast out 7-foot medium heavy with no weight, so I could lob this one right out there. Sit back and relax. Figured I'd just bring it in because the tide was moving. So I'm just reeling the 7-foot pole in. Got a 5000 series reel on there. Brought that in.
On again. Ah.
Got freaking whacked by a red. But I think I reeled it in too quick that the hook didn't set. But man, whatever fish hit that, it was definitely a red, because when you hear your reel just scream, it's typically a redfish. I've actually had some catfish do it, but I didn't believe it was a catfish. This kayak's super stable. I could stand up on it, especially for my weight. Right around 230, 6'1", no problems. I have a little rope connected just to help me pull myself up whenever I want to, because I don't sit down into the seat. I sit on top of my seat because it's a little easier.
Alrighty, guys, I put a pause on fishing for a little bit because my anchor snapped, and it's hard because the wind is picking up to kind of stay in one spot. So I'm just like strapped up in tree branches right now with my line out. So if anything hits it, I'll start filming.
As you guys can see, I'm like back behind these mangroves where I was fishing originally. So on the opposite side where you see that little cut through, I was fishing right there where I was catching the reds. But this is my perk to fishing on a kayak, is I can maneuver through places that I would never actually be able to on a full-size boat. And when it gets shallow, I can just pick up my trolling motor and just go out. But yeah, I lost my anchor because I pulled on the rope and the rope snapped, so I'm down $30 on an anchor. So that's my next purchase. I trolled over to these rocks, this little rock bed with the tree sticking out, just so I can throw around my lure again. There you go. I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but it was I can't think of the color. It's a 5-inch NLBN K-tail, just so I can mimic mullet. I'm trying to throw as far as I can right out there just to retrieve. And right where you see that third eyelet, there was a big old sheep's head, so soon you'll see me switch over lures just to try and target sheep's head, because they don't like to eat fish. They like crustaceans, so like shrimp and crabs and oysters. That's their like honey right there. But there you guys go. That's the kayak for you. Got a little seat, fishing setup, and everything, man. I love it. Super comfortable, durable, and the stability on it is super good as well.
Alrighty guys, I just want to kind of break down and go into detail on what happened because my phone did die, my camera did die at the last part of the trip. As I was coming in, my phone was dead, so I couldn't really record it. So, starting from the last clip you guys seen to present. So, I caught a nice little redfish. I didn't know the size regulations of the minimum it had to be or the maximum it had to be. So the redfish I caught was legal size limit to harvest. It was 18 inches. I wanted to put it back so it would get bigger. So, with that being said, I did not know that I could harvest at 18 inches. So I just threw him back, let him go on his way. Then you guys seen the clip of me getting trolled by some more redfish. And when the line kind of just goes, like when it pulls drag super quick, that's kind of how they act. They're very sneaky and they'll just pull all your line off if you're not smart with it. But with them, you want to almost have your drag loose to stiff, loose to tight, I would say. So you want it tight enough that the hook will set, but you want it loose enough that it won't snap your line. So with being said, I had that sitting out. We got trolled a little bit. My fishing partner, aka my dad, he had decent luck, I would say. It's a bunch of catfish in that area, especially when you're using a free line shrimp and you're just letting it kind of sit on the bottom and walk around itself. With that being said, he caught, I think, 3 catfish. I caught 1 catfish and then the 1 redfish, which was like superiority of the day for me. I got out of the kayak, he got his anchor stuck.
Sorry for the interruption. I just want to say just bear with me because I just got back from fishing, so I was super tired.
We explored more. We went further out towards the Gulf. We were just fishing in there, nothing. That spot I was in was like almost a honey hole for redfish. I loaded up all my stuff. I was just casting around because I saw some sheep's head off towards the shore. I didn't have any live shrimp, so I was throwing a synthetic or a lure shrimp. I'll put that picture right here as well. But anyway, we're heading back in. We get to this canal. It's literally like maybe 20 feet across. We're just coming through the canal. It connects to a freshwater pond on the other side, but probably brackish because there's sewer wells. So we're coming up and there was a big old fish, man. Like I swear, big fish that swam and topped up right near me. And I'm like, bet. So I grabbed my line, casted it right into it, started reeling it in. No hits. I was using an NLBN K-tail. If you guys don't know what those are, I'll put that clip in right there as well. We're coming in. I tie up on the side. He ties up on the side. He's casting shrimp. As soon as that shrimp hit the water, this fish grabs it. Broke his hook off. He reels it in, ties a new FG, new knot, what. Cast it in, breaks his hook off. So he said, screw this. He switched poles to his different pole, hooked up live shrimp, casted it out, and whang! This fish grabs a hold of his pole, bends literally the rod tip looked like a piece of rope. It bent completely. He gets it up. He almost lands it. It is a bull shark about, let me see if I can do this. It was a bull shark about yay big, about that big, on a medium fast fishing pole with 15-pound test. I told him, stay right here, let me go get my net, we'll scoop him in, we'll eat him for dinner. Why not? It's a bull shark, let's keep it. He goes, no, it's okay. Grabs the leader, tries to put it in the kayak, and the fish shook and spit the hook right out. Because it wasn't like super in there, but man, that area was insane. There was multiple bull sharks. I've caught Jack Crevalles right there, different fish. So next video you guys see, I'll probably be fishing in that little area, just the canal this time, instead of going all the way out. My legs are sunburnt, so probably save the sunburn a little bit. But it was a good time. I've been out there probably 4 or 5 times already and didn't have any luck, but today was one of those days. It's like, okay, maybe the redfish are coming back from being away and they're migrating closer to start mating. But with being said, I hope you guys enjoy the first video back in probably 2 years. I am rebranding this YouTube channel to be more so centered around Florida content, whether it's fishing, shooting, having a good time, and exploring. this state because it is beautiful. But I hope you guys enjoyed. It's Santino, and catch you guys later. Have a blessed night. Thank you guys for watching.